Now I'm going to start with the case studies. Today we will see only one case study. The first case study, there are some case studies, and this kind of case studies will come directly in the exam. It will ask you to draw the like diagram for the topic, and it will ask you to explain, and which will be carrying like your 6 marks to 8 marks of question. There are 6 variety of your case studies present inside your book, but we are going to talk about some 4, and again I will give you the task for the another like another case studies. Let's go to the first one is like a personal insulin pump. The second one is like mental health case patient management system. Then the third one will be wilderness weather station. Then the last one will be iLearn, a digital learning environment. It can be called as your student information management system. The thing is that there are many variety case studies are there, but the process of the flow chart and the algorithms and the write-ups will be same. Only the thing is that you have to understand where you are going to write which kind of case studies. So there will be patient management system, student information management system, and there will be like here this iLearn can be called as your course management system. Then as I told you, insulin pump management system, safety home system, so weather information system. This wilderness weather station is nothing but your weather information systems. So now only we will see the one case study now. Let's go to the next slide. This is your insulin pump control system. What actually we used to do here and why we are reading this is, there is a process to find out the control system over your insulin pump and how the process has been carried out. That is also a part of your software engineering technique. So here first thing is what we have to do is, for the patients we have to collect the data for the blood sugar sensors, and then out of this blood sugar we have to calculate the amount of insulin required to be injected. Suppose one person is like your diabetic person. The first thing you are going to do is take out the blood sugar, and by using the sensors, and you need to calculate how much amount of insulin should be injected for that patient. After that you have to calculate based on the rate of change. If that blood sugar level is really, it is not constant, if it is varying, then you have to inject the insulin according to that. So in that way what you are going to do is, you have to send the signal to the micro pump to deliver the correct dose of insulin. There will be a micro pump which will accept all varieties of signals, and it will insert in one kind of like a where we are going to give the dose to the patients. How much amount we are going to give, it is going to find out. Then we should take care of the safety measures also, where the critical system, if any low blood sugar patients are there, if you are going to give the more power of the insulin, then definitely the patient will go into the brain malfunctioning, the brain will not work, or else the patient can go for the coma stage, or the patient can go for the death stage also. So if it will have the high blood sugar, then it will have the long-term consequence problems like your eyes problem, kidney problems, all these things. So before giving to this insulin to inject to any of the patient's body, we need to calculate properly the amount of insulin we are going to inject for these patients. So that can be, if it is low blood sugar patient, give the accordingly measurement how much we have to give for the for the patients, and if it is high blood sugar we have to give in that way, otherwise it will have some of the problems. So you can see this is an insulin pump hardware architecture. In this hardware architecture you can see this is insulin reservoir which is having the pump. So this is first thing you see here, this is a controller. This controller will have two display system, one is display 1, second one is your display 2. And also this controller will have the sensor which will send the this sensor to the controller. It has to control and it has to give the alarm where it is going to specify in which hour duration you are going to give the insulin for the patients. And this alarm is also going to be connected with your clock system. So to give or to inject the pump, we need the needle assembly. We should have this needle and it has to be pumped. So in this way, and also to do all these things, we need the power supply. So it means that all these things has to be in a assembled way where the insulin can be worked out. You can design your architecture also however you understood from the insulin pump. That is not necessary that you should draw this kind of diagram. You can also design your insulin pump hardware architecture, how you are going to provide for the system. So now we have to see what is the activity model. Remember, the first one will be your hardware architecture. The second one will be your hardware, your activity model. So what will happen in the first case, you have to send the blood sensor. It has to analyze this sensor reading the data values. It has to collect. So it will keep here. Next thing, it has to measure the blood sugars. Then it will compute the insulin, how much insulin to give. So now this insulin dose can be of your, it has to compute the pump commands like within 2 hours once or 4 hours once you have to give this. So this is your commands you are going to give. And whenever you are giving the commands, you have to write all these things in your log book. You have to write that we are going to give this time, this medicine, this insulin within 2 hours once or 4 hours once. And all these things also, it has to be, again, as it is a flow chart kind, you have to keep all this insulin notifications, everything, and it is going to back with your compute insulin. So from here you can know that okay, 2 hours back we have given this insulin, now this is the time to give again. So you need to compute the amount of insulin, how much you are going to give, and give it again. So in this way it will work out. Once the command will get activated, you are going to send these pumping data values, and you are going to control all these insulin pump values and to your insulin pump. This is the activity model through which we are going to send the data values from for the patient. So you have to draw this kind of diagram. This is activity model for your insulin pump. And here what is actually required, what is the high level requirements are here. You should have it, the system should be available to deliver the insulin whenever it is required. So in the hospital, this insulin amount has to be present. If it is not present, definitely it is a crisis. So next point is the system shall perform reliably, like error free, there should not be any mistake, and deliver the correct amount of insulin. You should give the correct amount of the data or the insulin, the amount to the patient. Otherwise, the blood sugar level will, otherwise the patient can go for any of the brain hemorrhage or in your coma or in the death stage. But you have to check first the current level of blood sugar, and then you are going to give the amount of insulin. The system must therefore be designed and implemented to ensure that the system always meets these requirements. The system which is going to remain with our commands and gives us the accurate data values, it has to be designed in a such a way that it will implement our commands and it will meet with all the requirements. So this is all about your insulin pump management, the patient management system. From the software engineering, why I moved towards your case studies, where you can understand how software engineering is also be a part of your healthcare system. In every, I told you that why we need software engineering. We need software engineering in all the fields. So this is also a kind of your example where we are going to utilize this. You are going to get 6 marks of question from any of the case studies, and that time you have to write in this way. First, you have to write about that case study, some paragraph or point wise, then you have to draw the hardware architecture, then you have to draw the activity model for this, and then you have to write the requirements. What all are the things has to be there. So these 4 things you have to write, and then only you are going to get the marks about that. There are some variety of case studies are there. One by one we will discuss in the